What's up, everybody? It's Saturday here on the farm. I'm not entirely sure what all I'm gonna do today. Got a couple things on the list. All right, like every day, I started it by loading up wagon for chores. I have two loads to feed this morning. This pen, I'll show you guys this pen up here I just fed. So these ones got grower 2 ration, and then the next one I'm gonna load is gonna be grower 1. So these steers here are, this is pen 6, and they were purchased in most of them were the end of March. A few of them were from the beginning of March. And usually we can run cattle through and they are to market weight by 90 or 110, 120 days. But we're actually gonna try to stretch these ones out to where they make it to the August marketing window, because currently the spread is like $18 for a May feeder steer to a August feeder steer. So we want to hold them as long as we can to capture that fall market instead of the spring, late spring or summer market. So they're not getting pushed as far as their pounds of gain per day. That one with the blue tag is one of our fall calves. I know that one with the white tag was bought in a set of fall calves. All right, on this other side, we got a pen of heifers that are similar ages, but we sell heifers a little lighter. We sell them sometimes 50 or 100 pounds lighter than the weights that we sell steers. Again, some of these are our fall calves. This one here, this number 852, I bought at a sale barn, and he was real short and fat, and I think I got him for 350 bucks. Versus a lot of these other ones I probably paid between $675 and $775. But a lot of these other ones, yeah, we're shooting for $50 to $100 margin after we put the feed expenses into them. And so I'm gonna hop back in my tractor here, do my second load, and then we'll be on our way to the tasks of a Saturday here on the farm. So Dad got loaded while I was feeding out my load, and now he's over there. So now he'll feed while I load my second load. So it kind of gets staggered in the morning. The timing works out. So Dad, he's already done there. We are almost at the back wall. Oh, there's some more just fell down. Of corn silage. We've been trying to slow down our use of it a little bit since we knew we were gonna run out towards May 15th. So those we chopped a bunch of wheat, but our oats still aren't quite ready yet, but mainly because the field is too muddy. We are hoping to swath and chop oats next week, so that will give us, then we will feel like we have plenty of silage and feed again. But right now we're just kind of getting by with corn silage. We're feeding a lot of dry hay. So we do have a full commodity shed of dry hay. They actually ground that yesterday. So the left side is the grower side that I feed in my ration, and the right side is for Dad's starter wagon that he's feeding in his ration. All right, there's one steer in pen 8A that I want to go take a closer look at. So I'm gonna get these gates ready just in case I need to take them from the pen. Story behind this little gate right here. So I built this gate for a 4-H project. It's got a nice hinge on it, and I don't remember if I took it to the fair or if it was just like a welding project. But then, yeah, and I even painted it, which not very many gates here are painted. And then in that same year, I ran into it with the bale spikes and bent it up. And so it was like this really nice deal that I made when I was young, and then I made the mistake of running into it coming out of that corner. And it's just kind of a funny story that our one painted gate on the place still stinted. So this whole pen is up at the bunk eating, but there's one way back there in that back corner, and that's one of the benefits to feeding cattle on a dry lot and not at pasture, is that you can see them every day, twice a day, and you can catch them if they start acting sick just immediately and get them attention. Whereas at pasture, you might not see them for a couple days, because I only go to my pastures, yeah, twice a week. So I got that steer taken care of, and it's really strange to be wearing a jacket and a vest at the end of May. Here in Kansas, it's usually hot. I mean, 90 degrees by the afternoon in May, but we've had a few warm days this week. But yeah, it's been weird with like 60 and 70 degree highs and lots of thunderstorms. So Kobe and Crosby playing together today. Kobe's out here because Greg and Nathan are on a trip this weekend, and Burkina's with them too. So whenever Greg and Burkina are gone, Mom and Dad get to watch Kobe. Same way with Crosby here. So Kobe's named after the great Kobe Bryant, of course, and Crosby's named after a character in a TV show Kayla and I watched, Parenthood. So he's named after Crosby from Parenthood, kind of. So there's the two dogs out here today. What are you guys' dogs named after? That's what I'm curious. I've seen some pretty cool dog names, but what are y'all's dogs named after?
We have a new piece of equipment on our farm. You can see behind us the M7 that we've had for a while. Now we have a Kubota DMC 8540R.
It is a 13-foot mower conditioner.
And we will be using this to swath our alfalfa and brome, sedan grass, any forage, any hay anything we're putting up for hay, we can swath with this.
So we're excited to get to use this, and we actually did go out and use it in one field before we filmed this video, but we didn't get any filming done when we did that. So, but before we use it, again, we're going to learn a little bit from the Kubota guys back there, kind of how to use it and some of its features. All right, so we're out here getting to use the mower conditioner for the first time. This is actually Nathan's just kind of his yard. There's a couple acres here that we swath and bale. And so it's rained so much that we can't really get into any of our other fields, but this is kind of on a side hill. It's actually pretty sloped, kind of hard to see behind me. So the ground's holding well enough, and he's getting this done so we can actually get started with some field work here. It's June, what day is today? June 3rd, I think. So here it comes down the hill. You guys would not believe how good it smells out here. First hay of the year. Oh man, it smells nice.
And we are off to one of our fields with a pivot in it. And you might think, oh, it's a simple operation. You're gonna move the pivot. But this type of moving the pivot's gonna be a little different. All right, Dad and Nathan are already over there, so let's see what they are doing. Okay, so we are gonna move the center of this center pivot over to where that little white fence post will be the new center. That's the aiming point. We're gonna lift with the one tractor on the top there, and then we're gonna hold the generator back here with these pallet forks, and then we're gonna walk it over there so that we can run the generator the whole time, sweeping that arm across. It's very important to get the right angle so we can get the center moved right to where it needs to go. All right, it's off the ground, and the generator's running. We'll see if we can see the end moving. Oh, the end is moving. I better man my post. I do feel bad for the little bit of wheat that I drove over back there, and the corn that we're gonna have to smash a little bit, getting to the new spot. But we will gain a couple irrigated acres out of this field and have a little more clearance with the road. So it's gonna be a good move.
What could go wrong? All we gotta do is walk each tower and then just move this like it was the tower itself, right? It's simple.
Yeah, that's what pivots are supposed to do.
We're just making it into a lateral pivot. They're a thing.
Yeah, we're inventors. So we had to wire the fuel jug to the tractor, and then the hose runs downhill into the generator so the generator can get fuel. And then Nathan's gonna try backing it up just a little bit. And we've seen all 7 of those tower legs move. So that part's working. All right, we are about 10 to 12 feet off the slab. Just poking along a little bit while the pivot works its way around. All right now you can see how far we've come from that slab. We're gonna have to either push that slab over to the new location or pour a new slab. But that's how far we've come. Still kind of, that pivot just keeps cranking at this point. That outside wheel and tower is moving almost constantly, but Nathan and I can essentially only move when that farthest inside tower moves, and we can move about that far because that's how we're crawling over. So there's a pond way over there that we hope that these towers are still straddling.
According to my Google Earth calculations, I think it'll be right on the edge, which is where it was before.
Yeah, it was on the edge to the outside of the tower.
It's actually there.
And now we're hoping it's kind of on the edge of the inside of the tower. It's not a very big pond.
Moving it quite a ways, so you would think it would be 75 feet on the underside.
Yeah, you'd think.
So we ended up getting the pivot moved and it went fine. We didn't end up filming much more. Sorry that the vlog was so sporadic. Today is actually June 10th, so that was almost 2 weeks ago. It's been crazy busy ever since then, and so I have not had the chance to edit video. We've gotten 4 videos filmed, so there will be videos coming out here in the next couple days, but obviously we're a little behind with making videos for you guys. So we got the pivot moved. In the last 2 weeks, we have swathed and chopped oats. We've baled a bunch of hay, put down a bunch of hay. We've continued working with cattle like we always do. We've been seeding soybeans and planting soybeans as well, running both the seeder and the planter. And then we've been spraying all over Tarnation. So it has been an incredibly busy last 10 days or so. And so that'll be coming to you guys in the vlogs here in the next couple days, but gonna have to catch up editing. We're finally feeling a little bit more caught up here today on, so I've been able to edit some video just to get started posting for you guys. But that's the update. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, even though it was sporadic and none of the stories were really completely finished. But hope you enjoy getting a glimpse into our lives here on the farm, and the upcoming videos should be a little bit more put together, so you can look forward to those. If you haven't already, check out Some Cows, our new parody music video that we posted last week, which was another reason why I didn't have time to edit these videos, is because I was busy editing that one and filming that in the midst of a busy time. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.